Good morning and welcome to the Investing Bros Morning News Update. We got a couple of things to cover here, everybody, but make sure you go ahead and smash that like button if you love crypto. This is that morning show that we cover very briefly all the big stories that have happened overnight, and also we make sure to cover the chart so you stay up to date on all of your trading and investment strategies in the crypto world. Really quickly, let's take a look at some macroeconomic stuff. Yesterday, at 8:30, we did have our durable goods come in higher than expected after last month being a negative 5.6%. And expectation was we were going to stay in the negatives. We actually made it into the positive, up 2.2%. Now, looking forward to today, a couple of things we are waiting on. You guys would have already had this happen, but at the time of recording, we have not received our GDP growth rate. This is going to be big for the price of pretty much every asset that happens today. Previously at 2%. Expectation is we're going to be a little bit higher at 2.1%. So I'm interested to see what happens there. And of course, the question on everyone's mind, what does the future of our interest rates look like? Of course, we had some kind of FUD a couple of days ago from the CEO of JP Morgan. Jamie Dimon says that the world is not ready for 7%. Well, maybe we'll get some more clarity on that, because today we're having not one, not two, but three different people from the Fed speaking. Goolsbee will speak at 9 a.m. Cook will speak at 1 p.m. And then, of course, the big dog, Jerome Powell, will be speaking at 4 p.m. Very interested in what they have to say. Make sure you come back today. We're going to probably cover this, and then Jerome Powell's going to be speaking live, so maybe we're going to be looking into some of what he's saying live. But make sure you come back for our 4 p.m. live show. That's kind of what we're looking at there. We're still expecting a pause. So at this point, I'm going to be interested to see what they say in these meetings. But CME Futures still predicting that November will see a pause continued. There were some liquidations over on the charts. We're going to look at charts later on in this video, but we did have some liquidations happen, more shorts than longs for Bitcoin. On Ethereum, though, we're going to look at Ethereum outpacing Bitcoin, and some people expecting that maybe Ethereum is going to be a better investment moving forward than Bitcoin. But it's weird. Price went up, but yet they're saying there's more longs that were liquidated than shorts. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index ticking slightly higher this morning to 46. On the market cap, our biggest movers of the day, Compound, is up almost 8%. Thorchain up 5%. But one of the top movers of the day, and it just actually ticked down negative this morning when we were checking. Toncoin was up, but you're seeing something rough has happened on that chart even while making this video, because while this morning was up 3%, it is dropping fast right now, down 0.77%. Biggest losers, not a lot of them. Biggest one, Kava, only 2.8%. We're going to talk more in the charts here in just a couple of minutes. But first, I'm throwing it to T-Shroom to give you guys all the headlines of the news that is hitting this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tim. That was really, really good. So we're going to start off with some bullish Ethereum headlines. Fidelity's Chris Cooper on why Ethereum may be more palatable for institutional investors than Bitcoin. Obviously, this title would lead you to want to read the article, but the summary here is that when banks and other financial institutions look at Ethereum, it just makes sense to them more intuitively. Versus Bitcoin. So there could be an argument for more institutional investment flowing into Ethereum. They also have that claim where they're a little more eco-friendly. We know that to be somewhat false, but that is definitely going to be more quickly appealing to institutional investors. And then another bullish headline here for ETH: Ethereum futures ETFs are expected to debut in the U.S. next week. So as soon as next week, you could see them trading. That's pretty encouraging there for the ETH market. Let's see what else we've got here. Chainlink's CCIP goes live on Coinbase blockchain. That's pretty bullish for Chainlink after a successful launch on some other chains very recently. And then central bank successfully tests cross-border trading of wholesale CBDCs using DeFi. So this was a pretty interesting read. Essentially, Singapore, France, and Switzerland and all got together with the Bank of International Settlements here to try to make this happen. It's definitely something that we're watching closely as U.S. Congress also tries to ban CBDCs at the same time. So Maker, we took a look at the coin market cap, saw Maker on there. Maker token exchange balance spikes after 45% price surge over a month. I've got the chart pulled up here. You can see over a 1 month period, Maker has done very well. gotten up pretty high. Well, we got some tech news here in addition to our crypto news. ChatGPT can now browse the internet,
This
no
is big.
longer limited to to info from 2021. If you take a look at it, it actually is using Bing to make it happen, though. So it's very interesting there. Of course, it's what you'd expect, as Bing is a Microsoft product. So, Tim, anything jumping out at you about any of those stories? Anything get you
No,
extra
that
excited?
Chat GPT, very big, of course. Bard is the one that people had been using for more up-to-date data, but Bard, I've tested several times, T-Shirt, where Bard, even simple math equations, I would type in simple math equations and Bard got it wrong. Chat GPT, I do think, is a better bot, better AI, but let's see. We'll have to see and test this, T-Shirt, over
Yeah.
the next couple of days. Also, again, the big story here, I think this is going to take a long time to converse about and going to work out. Of course, people for a long time have been saying that we might see a flipping event happen between Ethereum and Bitcoin, where Ethereum's market cap does go over Bitcoin. Of course, not price. That's probably never going to happen, where we see the price of one Ethereum be higher than Bitcoin. But market cap, it's possible. And the fact that the CEO of Fidelity is saying that he believes that Ethereum could be more entertaining to institutions. Well, I think it's too early to make that call for certain. It's very interesting to hear a CEO of a large institution that is filing for both Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs say that he believes Ethereum might be able to outpace it. We're going to have to keep you guys posted on that. We'll probably discuss it more this afternoon. But T-Shroom, let's go check out the charts this morning, and we'll call it a wrap for this morning update. Bitcoin, of course, yesterday, after having a very explosive morning, fell back down, eliminated all of the gains and then some. But you're going to see here, guys, you guys know we use Chart Prime. We love Chart Prime, one of the best indicators, the best indicator out there. Giving us some nice signals here with MVP oscillators, high green histograms on the hourly chart, marking that bottom almost perfectly. And this morning, we did have another bit of a rally. Did not get as high as we did yesterday morning, but we did briefly here about 30 to 40 minutes ago get back above the 26,500 level. This, of course, again, ladies and gentlemen, is very important because tomorrow, and we'll talk about this afternoon, I can't remember the exact time. I think it's like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I could be wrong about that, so I'll double check that. They got to be above 26.5 to be able to avoid a massive loss in Bitcoin. Now, do not be surprised over the next 24 hours, guys, to continue to see Bitcoin go up and down with the volatility. Like we talked about before, this level's like a magnet that's pulling and pushing and pulling and pushing the price away. At this point, though, I do still believe we're going to end up closing below it. But let me know in the comments what you think. You guys can see here as price is moving up, we're not necessarily overextended on the 4-hour chart. It looks like we still have a little bit more room to run as well. So that is a positive thing. Let's pull up the one more indicator here, looking at our market oracle. And let me go back down to the hourly chart actually for this. I want to see, look at this. Using our dynamic reactor as support at the moment, we do even have room to run. You guys know after a great reversal call yesterday, I still believe we might end up touching this red line as resistance. So potentially, ladies and gentlemen, do we have a little more bullish momentum, especially with what happened yesterday in the hearing of Gary Gensler? And a lot of hope has been pushed into Bitcoin. But do we see traders kind of manipulate the price back up here into the resistance wave, maybe get a little higher than yesterday, and then reverse on that red line and come back down? Definitely got to keep our eyes on this. One reason why I think that might be the case, let's take a look at the Ethereum chart, and Ethereum outpacing Bitcoin this morning. In fact, Ethereum, even though it's dipped back down here recently, actually outdid the price action from yesterday. After topping out yesterday around 16,034, this morning we saw a $16,038 Ethereum and no reversal necessarily. We did get a red reversal triangle, but you will see we have not necessarily gotten as high. So let's watch what happens over the next couple of hours. This technically would be on the hourly chart bearish divergence, so you want to keep your eyes on that. Could be a catalyst to the downside. But if Ethereum could outpace its high from yesterday, maybe we're seeing that as a prelude to Bitcoin being able to do so as well. Now, something I do want to keep my eye on over the next little bit, let's go to the Ethereum over Bitcoin chart. We don't talk about this necessarily too often, But zooming out here, let's go all the way out to the daily chart. Ethereum definitely getting a nice little pump here more recently. But you guys can see in a long term, Ethereum over Bitcoin is in a falling wedge pattern. And if prices start to fall, I do expect Ethereum will outpace. Do not be surprised if we get a little more pump in Ethereum over Bitcoin. We'll continue to see the Bitcoin dominance maybe bleed a little bit. But I think that this blue level might get touched one more time. I don't know how much higher we have to go to the upside, but I'm waiting. And I do expect a decent little fall here over the next couple of weeks. Again, October, guys, early signs are more than likely we're going to see it be red, but I'd love to be wrong. Let me know in the comments what you think. After that, though, explosive movements to the upside for Ethereum over Bitcoin. Maybe, just maybe, Fidelity and others are right. Ethereum could be the better investment long term. But we have a lot to sort out before we can make that decision for sure. Once again, guys, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. That's all we have for you in this video. But if you enjoyed it, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you engage with all of our content. Come back every single day, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live show where we break all of this down and answer your questions. But with that said, you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you this afternoon.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor of the TA. Shouted out loud on the PA. T-Shrooms News got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.